Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm speaking from a place at the synagogue called Susan's Garden. It's a space was created by Howard Goldsmith in memory of his late wife, Susan. It's a really beautiful place. The synagogue has many different beautiful spaces which can evoke spirituality, places that evoke a sense of learning. This particular spot seems to help create a sense of appreciation because the natural world around us is so very beautiful. When I left the house this morning, as I'm sure was true with many of you, I was able to take a deep breath and realize that this is why we live in Florida. The temperatures have calmed down a little bit and the sky was clear and it was just so very, very beautiful. It often takes the experience of change or the experience of trying something new or seeing and feeling something wonderful that evokes a sense of appreciation. And too often we lose a sense of appreciation for what we have all the time, the day by day. In the Torah reading this week in Parashat Vayetzei, Jacob is leaving Beersheba and he's going to Haran. His father wants to make sure that he finds a proper wife, and so he sends him back to the family. In a story that's very familiar to all of you, Jacob goes to sleep. He takes a rock there in the middle of the wilderness, in the middle of the desert. He goes to sleep and he has this incredible dream of angels that are going up a ladder and angels that are coming down a ladder. In a very, very well-known verse, he wakes up from the dream and he says, Achen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh v'anochi lo yadati. In an exclamation, he says, God is in this place and I didn't know it. The verse is often commented upon. One of the reasons is that there's a repetition of the I. God is in this place with me and I didn't know it. Or God is in this place and I didn't know myself. One of the great Hasidic Rebbes say, in order to experience God, one really has to lose oneself. And we tend to be so self-focused on what our particular issues are, and so often so concerned about our own needs, our own concerns, our own lives, that we don't have room for others, or in the case of the religious life, we don't even have room for God. And so the Rebbes teach us that Jacob has to actually lose himself in order to be able to find a spiritual life, to be able to find God. But the first part of the verse is that there in that place, in the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, sleeping on a rock, he finds God's presence. And so that too then comes with a very deep and a very profound religious message. And that is, there can be an experience of God wherever you're at. So we wake up on a day like today and we realize how beautiful it is, and in fact how lucky we are, how blessed we are. That's the religious challenge, to be able to find God, to have an awareness of God, to look beyond ourselves and to appreciate the world that we live in. From this beautiful place, I wish you a Shabbat Shalom. I hope to see you in Shul.